So we're starting up with breakfast today, keeping it simple with a little omelette, which I'm going to cut into strips because Gabriel likes to hold them and have a shot at eating them himself. You love your egg, don't you? Guys, when you have a baby, there's always these moments that are almost too painful to watch. I want to help you so bad. Oh, but look, you got it yourself. And I'm not letting Gabriel anywhere near one of these slices of avocado. I'm just mashing that up for him because I can't deal with avocado everywhere. Also, we are having some cod liver oil this morning. So I'll show you how Gabriel takes his. He actually really likes it and he opens his little mouth for the dropper. And by the way, the reason that I give him the cod liver oil is just for some great fat soluble vitamins, also your omega-3 fats in there. Not medical advice, but if you're interested in cod liver oil for babies and you want to read more, Weston A. Price is a really good source, as well as the Nourishing Traditions book of baby and childcare, I believe is what it's called. I've mentioned it in a previous vlog, but they talk a lot about benefits of cod liver oil for babies and children as well, and Gabriel really likes it. This one is the lemon flavor, but it comes in a couple of other flavors. It doesn't taste fishy at all. I've been taking this myself for a long time. So there you go. So today is another day in the life vlog, and today I fully intend at some point, not guaranteed when, I'm going to do a little rounds of the apartment and let you guys know what my favorite baby essentials, baby items are for the first 6 months, because Gabriel just turned 6 months quite recently, in about, what day was it? Last Thursday? Last Friday. A week ago, Gabriel turned 6 months, so I am going to just sort of poke around the house and show you all of my top essential items. But first we have to head out to Woolies and get a few groceries. I've got a little list that's been accumulating on the fridge, so we're going to do that before nap time. And I have a little feeling that someone's already like slightly tired, so I've brought the carrier with us. So let's head off, mister. So this is mum outfit of the day. We have a stripy shirt, which you guys probably noticed that I wear stripes all the time. And I actually have 3 shirts that are the exact same shirt, but just different colors. Some new shorts, not entirely sure what to wear with white shorts. Realized that after I bought them. And good old Birks. So we're gonna head off and get a bit of shopping. And we have an iced coffee. We're nearly at Woolies. Okay guys, so we've just gotten back from the shops and Gabriel is having a little bit of a nap in the carrier. He's usually ready for a nap by about 10 AM. So I'm going to now run you guys through my 0 to 6 months baby essentials. Now I've tried to keep it like as essential as possible. I've just literally scratched it down on a shopping list from this morning, and I'm also going to pop in some of my kind of liked items, but we're going to keep it as brief as possible. Kind of like my desert island essential items, things that I definitely have used day in and day out and that I would recommend. So I have to mention that I think every baby and mum is a bit different, so it kind of depends on your lifestyle, your baby, their preferences as to what tools and things are going to really work for you. So this is really just what works for us, but nevertheless I love watching these videos because I like to see what's working for other mums, gives me ideas. So the very first thing, number one, hands down, the most pivotal and important thing in my list of things for a baby is a carrier. Now I know a lot of mums don't use carriers, or they say they didn't work for their babies, so there you go. Like, I had no idea how much I was going to enjoy baby wearing and how handy it was going to be coming into being a mum. So I've actually got a few different ones, and when I purchased, well, I purchased another one, which I'll show you in a minute. And I thought that it was a little bit of a waste when I first did it, but I've actually realized that there are different carriers for different stages, which kind of makes sense. But at the time I was trying to be minimalist, like just have 1 or 2. I currently have 3, and they all have their own sort of distinct purpose. Sorry darling, you waking up. So at the moment I've got Gabriel in the ERGOBABY. So this is a very structured carrier, which he goes in now that he is quite heavy. So he's probably around 10 kilos at the moment. He hasn't been weighed in a little while, but this is the ERGOBABY. So he likes to nap in this one. So I'll have him facing me for a nap, or if he's alert and wanting to see around, I pop him the other way around and go for a walk. What it does is it really allows us to maintain the napping and sleeping schedule when I have to get things done, or when I'm sort of visiting. So if we're going out for dinner or seeing my parents or James's parents or family, he can just have his regular bedtime, basically. He'll just go for a sleep on me. It also means that I can get things done around the house if I need to. If he's a little bit grizzly, like at the moment he's been cutting a couple of teeth, he's just so much happier if he can be on me. It's just been brilliant. So I don't know what I would do without a carrier. And now that he's big, this is the one that we use most of the time. But I will show you the other 2, which I have also found to be essential in the collection. So the one that I would recommend for a newborn is the soft wraps. So there are plenty of different companies that make these. Mine is from ERGOBABY, it's called the Aura wrap. I've heard that the Moby wrap is also really popular. That looks to be pretty much the same kind of thing. I know another brand called CHEKOH, I think that's how you say it. My other wrap is from that brand. I know that they also make a soft wrap, but I have spoken to other mums who have used it and they think that the fabric is a little bit too stretchy, because you want it to have a bit of give to it, but you don't want it to be like so stretchy that you can't get your baby wrapped snugly and for it to stay nice and tight, if that makes sense. So I might get Amy to like insert some pictures of what that wrap looks like, but for a newborn, having the soft wrap is so nice. It's so comfortable. It's easy to wrap them in there. I think when I started out, it looked like it might be a bit tricky, but once you get the hang of wrapping a soft wrap, it's really easy. It's nothing at all. So we used that a lot in the early days, and Gabriel would just be snug as a bug in his little soft wrap. I really miss using that wrap. Like this one is good now, but it's not as nice as the soft one. So that's really good when they're very small. And the next kind of wrap that I use is a ring sling. Now I know a lot of mums skip the ring sling, and it is a little bit more complicated, like to get the knack of how to get this on and get your baby really secure. But what I do like this one for is around 4 months, or 3 or 4 months, when your baby is getting really good neck control and wanting to see the world a little bit more. I find doing a hip carry with the ring sling is really good. For example, when we're at the beach, it's been really nice because I can carry him around on my hip. He can look out. If he goes for a swim and he gets wet, I don't mind him like getting in there with his wet bum. If we go to a party or something like that, I find the ring sling looks a lot more stylish. And he can also sit on my hip and look out because he's interested in what's happening, but he is also held close. So that one I really like for going out, going to the beach, things like that. But when he was smaller and we were carrying on the front, I didn't find the ring sling as good. I just felt like he was gonna pop out of the seat. I know a lot of people do enjoy the ring slings for little newborns, but it wasn't really right for us. I like it though for the hip carry, and we still use it from time to time, but I can't carry him for ages in it like I can this thing. So those are the carriers. So I've got the wrap, the structured carrier, and the ring sling. All of them seem to have their purpose, so I wouldn't skip any of them. I am by no means like a baby wearing aficionado. Like, there are different ones that I'd like to try, but these are the 3 that have really worked for us. And yeah, so that is like really my top essential. Like, if I could have nothing else, I would definitely take the carrier, 100%. You've woken from your nap, hey? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I had to go and put Gabriel back to sleep, but I'm back now, and I'm just going to touch on the carriers again in case I wasn't clear. Basically, we've got 3 carriers. For newborn, I reckon up to about 3 or 4 months. The soft wrap was so good, so comfortable and good for a little baby who likes to like snuggle in and nap on you all the time. And then after about 3 or 4 months, I like the ring sling for hip carries, particularly at the beach or at parties and things, where the baby wants to look out but still likes to be able to turn into you. And then once your baby is getting a bit heavier, I really like a structured carrier like the ERGOBABY. It's not as pretty looking, but it gives you a lot better back support, and they can go inward facing for naps or outward to look around at the world. So those are carriers. Something else which is really handy and a must-have for us is one of these travel cots. So Gabriel is very mobile and he gets into everything, and this is the only way I can keep him safe while I do things like go to the bathroom, have a shower, or even put together some food. So you could use your actual sleep cot, but the thing is that once babies start to crawl and try and stand up, there's a lot of falling over and headbutting involved. So I feel like he can still hurt himself on the wooden bars in his cot, whereas this thing, you can't hurt yourself in it, can you? You can just fall over and it doesn't matter. So I like to rotate a few toys in here so that he doesn't feel like it's a baby jail, and he can sort of sit in there and play to his heart's content for, well, really, it only lasts for a few minutes, doesn't it? So yeah, definitely like a travel cot. That one was really cheap. I think it was like $100 or something. Another item that's been an essential for us is this little hanging toy. So you can get heaps of different hanging toys for little babies, and I found that when Gabriel was about between 0 and 12 weeks old, this was really engaging for him when he was still on his back all the time. It's also another essential is something like this, like soft little play mat. Even if you have a rug, I feel like it just gives them that little bit of extra comfort. So that is definitely an essential. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into the nursery and I'll show you another couple of things. So this is the NUNA leaf. We're not actually using it at the moment because Gabriel is so mobile, but this was definitely a must-have in the first 3 or 4 months before he was sitting up on his own. So this is just a nice place that he could chill out while I was getting a couple of things done, in particular in the morning when I was getting ready for breakfast. He could go in this, and it also swings from side to side. I think it's locked at the moment. It swings from side to side. Some babies will fall asleep to that motion. My baby doesn't fall asleep that easily, but the leaf has been a really good investment, and it also holds up to, I believe, 60 kilos. So small children can still enjoy using it as like a kid's chair, and I liked that it didn't look too garish in our living room whilst it was there. Another essential that I would mention is this backpack. So a pram bag. I mean, everyone has some kind of nappy change bag, but I do like this one from CHEKOH because, well, I really just don't like to hold something over one shoulder. So the backpack design was really good for me, and I also like that it's designed to sit on your pram. So that's definitely been an essential. It's got a nice pocket at the back for your changing mat and heaps of room for anything you could ever need for a baby on the go. And another item, I mean, it really just depends on your lifestyle, but if you are going out to the park a lot with a baby, I'll just take it out here. A nice picnic rug is a really good investment as well. So this one's from Sunny Life. It's like the perfect size for just rolling out when you're on your own with your baby, and it's got that waterproof backing on it. It's super easy to fold back up and put in your pram. It fits really nicely underneath, and for us that's definitely a must-have now that Gabriel is so mobile, because our apartment is really small and there are a lot of things that he can like hurt himself on. So we like to go outside a lot, don't we? So in terms of toys, Gabriel has way too many toys already, at least for our small living room, but the ones that have really worked so far have been like these crackly books. So that's definitely been an essential for us. This keeps him occupied for, well, only a few minutes at a time, but it never seems to get old. So anything like with this crackle effect in it is really exciting. This book only has 1 page with crackle in it. Very disappointing, because it's actually not the pictures that he likes to look at. He just likes to go like this, don't you? So these little crackle books have been a lifesaver for us. Also teething toys. I think it goes without saying that little babies, when their teeth are coming through, just like to gnaw on everything. When he was smaller, Gabriel really liked this one because it was easier for him to grab onto. And now that he's a little bit older, he actually loves this little natural rubber panda. I think now that he has more control over his hands, he's able to really get this into his mouth better. And it must just be like the right feel on his gums because he really goes at this one now. And another essential, now that Gabriel is eating a little bit, is the silicone bib. So we have a couple of fabric bibs, but I don't really use them because they stain and it's just a whole thing trying to keep them clean. Whereas the silicone ones, they're just so easy. You can chuck them in the dishwasher. This one is by the brand Weenmeister. So we really like these. In terms of clothes, I was also going to mention that an essential for us has just been the little t-shirt all-in-one, like what he's wearing now. It's just a little one from Target, and we find that these are the easiest just to throw on. You do need to put it over the head, but they're really got a wide opening at the top. And then if I want to dress him up, I'll just throw some little shorts over the top. But it's much better than actual t-shirts or singlets because they don't ride up all the time when you're lifting him up. So we really like these little easy outfits. We've got a ton of them. And then a bonus, which is not really an essential, but if you do have a pregnancy pillow, it definitely is worth sort of repurposing it as a baby couch because Gabriel gets really comfy in this thing. And I didn't know what to do with it. It was just sort of choking up the apartment. And then I put it out on the floor and he just loves hanging out in it. So if you have a pregnancy pillow, like one of these spirally snake ones, definitely try it out with your baby. And that's about it, mister. The only other thing I'd probably mention is for breastfeeding, I have loved, well not loved, I mean they're just as essential, aren't they? These little cooling and heating pads. So if you are a breastfeeding mum or have ever had mastitis, you will probably be familiar with these, but they're great because they heat up in the microwave really quick. And you buy them in a pair. So this is the brand NUNA, but I'm sure lots of different brands do them and you can find them at most chemists. But you can pop one in and do heat and then put heat on the blockage area. Then you can either feed your baby or express, and then you can follow up with the cold one, and that really helps for nipping any mastitis or inflammation in the bud. So that is that, and the other essential of course is a breast pump. I think whether or not you're doing exclusive breastfeeding or pumping, you should at least have a really basic pump. Yeah, even if you're just breastfeeding, you can always use a pump if you're getting an infection or if you've got engorgement and you just need to sort of take a little bit of milk off and your baby's like asleep, for example. So I think that's all my essentials covered. I feel like that turned into like a lot of things, but those are all the things that have been really handy for us. In particular, I think the winning couple would be definitely the carrier and the travel cot. So I'm going to put together a bit of lunch now. Are you hungry, mister? Do you want some lunch? So we're just having some lunch. It's a little bit of an odd one today, but basically what I have here is some shredded beef and cauliflower rice from last night. I've actually made some real basmati rice underneath because I need something with a bit of carbs that is quicker than a potato. Some guacamole, a little bit of sauerkraut, and Gabriel has some mashed banana. I know, you're being very patient. And he'll also have a little taste of what I'm eating as well. Okay, so we are done with lunch and Gabriel is having a chew on a cold rag that I dampened for him. And this is another thing that's an essential actually that I didn't mention. When you're pregnant, you have no idea of just how many little burp cloths you're going to need. So I think before Gabriel was born, I already had quite a few little burp cloths, and then somebody gave me another pack of 12. And I really thought that it was overkill. I thought, oh no, not another packet of baby cloths. But it's one of those things, it's kind of like hair elastics. You have 50 billion of them, but you have no idea where they are. And when you really need one, you're scrambling around for it. So we've got lots of cloths, and that's definitely an essential because, I don't know, I think all babies are different, but Gabriel used to spit up a lot. Like he didn't vomit, but he would twist and turn and his tummy would always be getting crunched. So we always needed a little rag on hand. The other thing I was gonna ask you, actually, when I was having lunch, Gabriel loves banana. And I was wondering if any of you guys have any solutions for banana stains, because they're getting on everything and I can't wash them out. Like, nothing seems to be doing the trick. I mean, I haven't tried that many things really, I've just tried soaking, but it doesn't seem to matter how long I soak them for. These kind of dark brown and black stains are like really ingrained and they're ruining a lot of outfits. So if any of you guys have a fail-safe or have some experience with banana stains, then definitely let me know in the comments, because you love your banana and it gets on everything. But I think now we're just gonna play for a little bit and then hopefully Gabriel will be inclined to take another decent nap this afternoon. And then I feel like I need to tackle the kitchen. You can't really see from here, but there's a lot of mess over there and I kind of need to get everything ready so that we can make dinner later. But the main priority really is to get Gabriel to have another good nap this afternoon, so hopefully we can wear you out with some toys. Normally we would head outside to the park, but it's kind of grey and windy outside, so I think I'm just gonna stick indoors for now. And any new parent knows that the day pretty much revolves around nap time, and if nap time is missed, we're in for trouble when it comes to bedtime, because overtired is not fun, is it? No. Ay, ay, ay. No! Oh gosh. Oh no. Gabriel, no. Don't eat that plant. That's definitely not eatable. Don't ruin my stuff, huh? Oh my god. So Gabriel is woken up. That was a really short nap, doll. Oh, isn't it frustrating when they wake up from the nap so early that you couldn't even catch your own breath? I did manage to clean up a little bit of the kitchen, but it's still, well, it's good enough. It's fine. It's a nice gentle game to play, isn't it? Hey. It's pretty rare that Gabriel will even play this anymore because he's so keen on standing up, but when he's still sleepy, he'll have a little play. Will you show your toothy pigs? He's got 2 front teeth coming, but he's very shy about showing them. You're not going to show me, are you? There we go. My brief moment of peace is all over. So it is almost 5 o'clock. I'm not sure how it got so late already. In the next half an hour or so, I will start winding Gabriel down for his bedtime, and then I can start thinking about dinner. So I think I'm just gonna end the vlog here. I kind of feel like the day just went like that, and I didn't really do a whole lot. Normally we would go out a bit more, maybe go down to the park, but it's just been so miserable outside that we've kind of been stuck indoors. So I'm feeling like slightly stir crazy. I did call James just earlier to ask him if he was going to boxing tonight, because sometimes, well, usually on Thursdays he goes to boxing, which means he doesn't get home till 7 o'clock or sometimes even a tad later. So I like really didn't want him to be going, and he isn't going. Like, thankfully, because I told him I need backup. I need someone to be here and hold Gabriel while I get a few things done, because he's not been very good with naps at the moment. He's also not been sleeping, so even though we haven't done much today, I just feel really exhausted because he's waking up like every 1 to 2 hours at the moment during the night, and normally he's so much better than that. I think he's in a world of pain with his teeth coming through, so he's got his 2 top front teeth coming through at the moment, and he's just so restless at night. It's exhausting to say the least. So, you know, sometimes I've fed him back down to sleep, and then within an hour he's already up again, tossing and turning, and can't get back to sleep. So I'm hoping that it passes soon, because before then he was waking up only 1 to 2 times a night, and that was completely manageable. But now it's like he's up all night long, and then he wakes up at about 5 in the morning, and he's standing up in our bed trying to practice his standing, and it's like no more sleep is gonna happen. And none of his naps were really long enough today for me to lie down and have a nap as well, so I'm just kind of knackered at the moment. One thing I will address though before we end the vlog today is the cloth nappies. I get so many questions about whether or not we're using the cloth nappies from Econaps, and I'm happy to say that we are getting some use out of them now. For the first 5 months or so, I just had the worst time with fitting them onto Gabriel. I think he just didn't suit the type that I've got. I think in hindsight I would have gone for a brand that had like an inner gusset. I think the Bambooty and the Bum Genius ones might have that feature. But I'm not too sure because I'm not really in the market to buy cloth nappies at the moment. But I just think the inner gusset would have helped a lot because we just had so much problems with leaks that it was just not really working. But now that he's fitting into the nappies a bit better and we're not having to clip them up into like the smaller sizes, if that makes sense, they're working for us heaps better. He's way more comfortable in them. So I'm using them most days during the week. I haven't ventured into using them at night yet because we've had such a problem with teething. I really don't want to have problems with leaking nappies as well, but we probably will get there. Maybe once his sleep starts improving again, I will try the nappies at night time. And on the weekends, we're still just using some Eco disposables because that way it's easy to get James to help with nappy changes. I'm happy that I am using them though because I just hate all the waste and all the nappies. They're so cute. Like I've got one on at the moment. You can't really see because it's under your outfit, but we've got this little sort of Aztec print nappy. Woo! Hey! So, I mean, I think that the issues that we've had with the nappies have been mostly to do with Gabriel's sort of body type, him being really sort of tall and lean. He didn't have a lot of chub around the legs for a long time for the nappy to kind of create a good seal, which is why I would have picked one with a internal like gusset, but anyway, that's the power of hindsight. But we are getting some use out of them now and I'm a lot happier with them. So yeah, that's that on the cloth nappy front. I think that's it for today's vlog. I hope that it all made sense. I hope that the essentials that I went through was coherent because I kind of feel like it was a bit of a blur from my perspective. Just really tired. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed watching the vlog. If you're not subscribed to our channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. We would love to have you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.